We are live. Hello, everyone. This is Michelle Baker, and I am here with Women of Sales and Influence, sponsored by the National Association of Sales Professionals. And just want to say apologies. Last week, technology got the best of me, so you missed an amazing live interview. It is hosted on a landing page. It's also on YouTube, and you can go to the events page and actually watch it. I put the link in there. But today we have someone absolutely amazing, Willie Diefenbach-Jones. I've known this woman for years through eWomen Network, and I've actually watched her incredible transformation as she stepped into a space of doing something she loved. And that's why I do these interviews. Is the reason I do these interviews are specifically to create space for you guys to understand that finding something, a why that drives you so compelling and so compassionately will actually help elevate you so that you have success in your business and your careers and your lives. And Willie is one of these people I admire. So Willie, I'm going to give you the floor because I love to let people introduce themselves, because how often do we get to just say, I'm awesome, right? So I'd love for you to tell folks why you're awesome.
I'm awesome. And if you don't believe me, just ask me. I am so honored to be your guest, Michelle. You and I have had so many good times, and I was thinking we've known each other for years. But just to share with the audience a little bit about me, my name is Willie Diefenbach-Jones. And if you can't say all that, you can just call me Willie DJ for short. That's much, much easier. And I come out of corporate America. I'm an accountant and statistician by education and by work experience. However, what I really liked about corporate America is I made a really good income, you have benefits, and I love to help people develop and learn. And I worked with a lot of college graduates and was able to help them shape their career so that they could get to where they wanted to. But what I didn't like about corporate America was you don't have freedom. You're tied down to the organization and what they want you to do and their times. And I came across my business at a networking event, and I had no intentions of being an entrepreneur. I was a corporate person from the beginning of time, and I always saw that. But I'm a widowed mom, and my kiddo at the time played high school baseball. And if you know anything about baseball, there's games all the time, and they're scheduled here, there, and somewhere else, and I missed a lot of games. And so I started as an entrepreneur and really got started in this business and sort of started it on the side as a hobby. I had no intentions to grow this business, just do enough that it could pay for itself and I'd be done. And then I got going in it and I loved it, and it just grew and grew and grew, and here I am. So that's kind of my story, Michelle.
Oh, I know. And that's absolutely amazing. And one of the things I really want to speak to is because they're send out cards. I'm actually a person, I have send out cards as one of the products that I offer when I'm working with people. It's a way that I get to appreciate on my clients and prospects and my family. And I just find it such an advantage and so efficient in a way that we get to love and appreciate on people. And one of the things that Willie has found, and many of the people in Send Out Cards have found, is the ease of creating a referral business and retentions and raving fan clients. And I'd love for you to talk about, what made it so efficient for you, how it was such an ease to go to where you are now. Because sometimes, honestly, if it's not a habit, it's difficult to do something that you love, because your mind is telling you, no, it has to be hard. No, it has to be a struggle. No, it has to be a sacrifice, right? So yes. How did you get to that space where you're just like, I love my days?
Well, I have been a card sender since the beginning of time. I was the kiddo. I loved the Christmas holidays because my mom sent out a lot of cards, and it was so much fun to get those cards ready, and we get started early, and you'd write personal notes and address them. And then I started as a statistician at a young age because I count how many cards did we send, how many cards did we get back, who did we send to that didn't send to us, and I was just doing all that. And I just loved cards. And when my birthday rolled around, I love to get cards. And so if you want to get cards, you have to send cards. And so I kind of got started in the business because it was something I loved. And I could see using your smartphone, and I'm not going to demonstrate this now, but that you could send a greeting card in less than a minute, and a real card that goes through the mail from your smartphone. I was like, that's the most incredible technology I have ever seen. And so I just started sending cards and talking to people, and they'd say, your card had such an impact on me. And that, for me, when I look at the difference you could make in people's lives, you never know what people are going through. And I'll just give you an example. You could send somebody a Facebook message, happy birthday, but it's in and out and gone. It doesn't really have impact. When you get something in the mail, it's an experience. Oh, I got mail. Look at this. I got something real, not a bill, not an advertisement, but something real. You have the experience of opening it. You can have your picture in it. And it's like, oh my goodness, somebody celebrates me. And so I just got into it because it's fun. And when you send cards, people like them and then they want to be the same. And so it's just fun. It's about who I am. And I just absolutely love making people happy.
Exactly. So I just want to tie this to, because this show is about women of sales and influence. And one of the challenges we see, especially, or I want to say especially, because I don't like to target anyone, but one of the challenges we see with in that business or in, entrepreneurship is the sale. Like how difficult it is to have that conversation where you're not selling, where your mind isn't screaming, oh my God, I hope this person actually signs because I really need a client. And how utilizing a tool like this can actually ease that, right? And it helps you to show that you actually are caring more about them as a person than just the sale.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a good point to bring up, because many people, and I'll talk about even myself, when I got started into this business, I was all about the sale. Well, do you want to buy from me? Oh, no. Well, next and next and next. And I was all about the sale. I just was like, I have to sell and sell and sell and sell. And then all of a sudden I realized people like to be appreciated for who they are. And we like to do business with people we like, know, and trust. And so how do you become that person? When you start sending greeting cards just because, not to sell something or whatever, but just because people like to be celebrated. So for example, you see somebody, most of us look at Facebook every day. So use Facebook strategically. When you see a picture of somebody got a new puppy, pull that picture down, send them a greeting card and say, hey, congratulations on your new puppy. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to put that on the top of the desk, on top of the fireplace, and you're going to be remembered. Somebody comes over and they say, hey, who sent you that picture of your new puppy? Oh, that was my friend Michelle. Well, what does Michelle do? And it goes into a conversation. And so people want to be appreciated, and we're not. We're in a world that's about sales, that many people are about sales, sales, sales. Mm-hmm. And so when you can celebrate people's lives, they really appreciate that. And when you make it easy, it's much more fun. And so when you talk about sales, I'm not so interested. I mean, of course, I'm interested in sales, but when you show up, you never know when your next client is going to come from. And I happen to live in Houston, and there's 4 million people. So, and I certainly don't have 4 million customers, at least yet, or until now. But that means if somebody says no, there's the next person. And I think that when you go with the ebbs and flows of the world and you appreciate, they appreciate you.
Exactly. And one of the things that I love in our earlier communication was you talked about the power and the potential of connection. And you said there's 4 million people in Houston, right? And sometimes people forget, they're like, I got to get a customer, but backing into, you don't need everybody to be your customer, right? What serves you best is when you know who you serve and then serve them in the best manner you can, right? So it's actually a matter of, kind of hitting the brakes and taking a breath first. And then that's what you did. Like, cause I remember there was a point where you were like, I got a table here and I'm doing here and I'm vendoring here. And then the next thing I know, you're just at ease, right? Whenever I talk to you, you're at an ease of how you're serving and where you're serving and who you're serving. And I'd love for you to share a little bit about, like, because one of the things we talk about is finding that space where you love, because sending out cards doesn't have to be your only business. There's many people, financial advisors, insurance people, and coaches and trainers, all different type of people who use this as an adjunct to their business to appreciate the clients and the prospects and the people they're working with. But it's that space of getting to when I'm actually in love with what I do, so that this is an expression of that love.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a very good question. I love to help develop people and help you to grow your business. It's just what I'm passionate about. And if I can take what I do to help you to grow your business, that's what I get all excited about, because it's let's help each other get to the next level. Let's lift and go and get to the next level and make it so that we can all be successful, because there's enough room for all of us. So I'll just give you an example. I met with a person in real estate this morning, and she's a big user of send out cards. And she does a little Facebook thing like I talked about, where you pull pictures down and send cards to people. And it helps her to grow her business, because most of us could look at our phone, and I know myself, I probably have 20 real estate agents in there. Who am I going to do business with? If I decide to sell my house or buy a new house, who do you think I'm going to do business with? I'm going to do that business with the person that's made me feel special. And so she just sends out cards because, and she says, I get so many referrals from this. And she was telling me this morning, she got $1 million house referral from just sending a $1.50 greeting card. And she said it had a picture of the person on it, the picture and her mom, and some fun things they were doing. And she sent it, and she got $1 million house. But she was telling another story about a graduation. This mother, her kid graduated from high school, and has the picture of the kid in the cap and gown with the mom, and the mom has her arm around the kid. And she got a referral off of that. But when you send it just to give and celebrate life, people like that. That's who you're going to be remembered for. So we help people to grow their businesses. I work with not just real estate, but with insurance. I work with the dental office. And she's worked with me for 6 years. Oh my goodness, 6 years. And she went from a single dentist to 3 dentists in her office. And now she's opened a second office. And it's all about sending appreciation to her patients, past patients. And the way she looks at it is, even if somebody's a past patient and they moved away to someplace else, another state or whatever, you never know when they might move back. But you also don't know who they know in your area that they might refer you to. And if you're not in front of them, you're not going to get that business. So I love helping people grow.
Exactly. And I love what you said. And there was one point that you meant, and you was like, she just sent a card. And I just want to drill in on that, because this is what people understand. There's action precedes success. Right? So it is specific action that is in value, right? It is giving of value to someone or something, and that value is translated into a transaction, right? So yes. She had the option, because of course we all have the option of so many things we could be doing in a day, but when you actually are focused and you have you clearly know what your goal is, and then you take the steps towards that goal, and you think about the people on that path, and you appreciate every individual that's coming across that, because these are people who are propelling you and moving you towards that that goal that makes your soul sing, right? Mm-hmm. And this is what she did. She's like enjoying the process of becoming. Right? She knows that I'm creating this amazing real estate business, and in the midst of that, I'm going to be great, ingratiate and be grateful for all those people who come across my path. And I know at Send Out Cards, I've had the blessing of going to one of their national conferences or conventions, which is just a love fest. I kid you not. And the whole principle of how Send Out Card was created was because of and I'm just blanked on his name. What is the CEO? Yes, Cody Bateman was behind wanting to appreciate those that he loves while they're here, right? And he created a whole business out of a desire to not wait till tomorrow to appreciate someone. When you're prompted to do it now, and they have apps, as Willie says, there was apps on the phone that as soon as you're prompted, send a card type of what you're putting out. So I just say that to say that this is more than just, about we call making money. I'm doing the air quotes if you didn't see them. We really are in a space of, as women of sales and influence, of creating impact in the world in business, because as one of the things we said, it is possible to grow both your business and your life, to grow a life you love and a business at the same time. So I wanted to know, was there anything else? Because you talked about standing out from the competition, and you spoke a little bit to that with the real estate woman who utilizes a card and acquired a $1 million listing. Was there anything else you wanted to speak to about standing out and how this helps you stand out?
I would love to talk about standing out a little bit. We often many people go to networking events and you meet new people, or you went to the Thanksgiving dinner with a bunch of people, maybe you even met some new people at the dinner. You can take pictures, and people, do a lot of selfies. As you can see, I have my phone with me at all times, and we take pictures, and then I send those people a card. Now, let me tell you, see, you're just like me. But most people, what they do is maybe they'll send a text and say, hey, it was great to meet you. And then maybe they follow up with an email that it was great to meet you, and then they stop. Well, sometimes when I'm at networking events, I meet 30 people, and I'm thinking, well, what did that person look like? And when you send a picture with a greeting card, then you're like, oh yeah, I remember that person. And yes, I want to get together with that person. And so I like to use it as a way to stand out, because let me tell you what your competition does is maybe nothing, or maybe they send a text, or maybe they send an email, but they don't have a multiple touch strategy to get it in the door. And, I want to share one more tip there, and that is about people that cold call. Some people cold call, and when you cold call, it's oftentimes hard to get into the door. It's just really hard to get to the person that you want to get with. Well, follow the local news. Like in Houston, we have the Houston Business Journal. Most cities have business journals that show people that get promotions, transfers, that type of stuff. And usually you could go to the company website. Like, let's say I want to get into the door of ConocoPhillips. I'll see something that happens. I can go to the ConocoPhillips website, pull down that person's picture, and send them a congratulations card. Congratulations on your promotion to X, Y, and Z, and send a 2-pack of brownies. You know what? When you call that person, first of all, that person might just call you because they got a gift in the mail. And I bet most people are just sending text, congratulations. They might even call you, hey, thanks for the card and the brownies. And I have people that get in the door by showing appreciation like that all the time. So we like to be appreciated and remembered.
Oh my God. And I almost can't talk because I have sent people the brownies, and I'll be honest, I actually sent them to myself first because I wanted to verify that they were tasty and delicious, and they are quite both.
Yes.
But
Yes,
I have sent many people the brownies, and you will carry much favor, as we like to say, for people who receive those brownies. And it really is not, it's an investment. So again, being a person who wants to create a thriving business or a thriving career, you invest in how you create gratitude, because gratitude is actually something that has a reciprocal benefits that are much more expansive than anything you do. They don't always, and most often, don't come from the direction that you've given it, but many times you will still receive. And there's those times that you actually do receive it directly back, but you never know. It's all about putting out what you want to receive. And that's why I love the business of send out cards. It gives you the opportunity to be a person who gives first a value and then reaps the benefit on the tail end. So we're about to wrap this up. Was there anything that you wanted to leave people with, any point that, because I loved your ideas, and you gave them 2 solid tips of what to do to start immediately impacting their business bottom line. So is there anything that you wanted to point out before we wrap this up?
I want to point out, I would like everybody to just really jumpstart your business and take it to the next level. When I say jumpstart, maybe you're a very successful entrepreneur, but when you really want to launch it to the next level, take a chance, send something to somebody and appreciate, show appreciation. People love to be appreciated. It is so much fun. And don't ask for a sale. Just say, hey, thank you for being you. Or say, you are awesome. I got a card the other day. All it said was, you are awesome. Love so-and-so. And I'm just like, that's me.
I'm glad someone else besides me knows how awesome I am, right?
I know, right? And then you can just send a card to yourself. I got a card in the mail for myself. And I said, oh, I forgot I did that.
Now that's awesome.
So have fun. I encourage you to have fun. My takeaway is have fun, enjoy life, but appreciate people.
Yes.
It's all about showing appreciation, and I want to see everyone at the top.
Absolutely. So, well, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you again, Willie, for joining us. For anyone who's watching this call who wants to have a conversation, I'm Michelle Baker. I am the host of Women of Sales and Influence. I am that is sponsored by the National Association of Sales Professionals, and I also work with Send Out Cards. So if that's something you want to have a conversation about your business, about sales, about influence, send me a link for a private message in Facebook, or you can go to NASP.com and there's a landing page for Women of Sales and Influence to book time. But what I want you to know is that taking the step, the thing I love the most about sales is a recipe. And the recipe for sales success is investment. You do not succeed in sales without investing in learning more about sales, about finding tools to help you sell. So that's why I do the Women of Sales and Influence, is to make certain that you guys are getting tools, getting insights and information from incredible women of sales and influence, and the access to the National Association of Sales Professionals as well. So again, send me a private Facebook message. And for anyone who messages me with this, anyone who messages me referencing today's call, you will also get a strategy session. So that's my little surprise. So join today, $17, you get a strategy session, and Willie has a private group. She is one of the top 10% earners in Send Out Cards. So we are working out so that we can get you some amazing things so that you can finish 2018 strong. So thank you again, Willie. And I'm going to wrap this up. Stay where you are, Willie. I'm going to close this call. Absolutely amazing. And you guys have a wonderfully blessed day, and go out there and appreciate people and create massive value and watch the sales come in.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate you interviewing me, and I look forward to seeing everyone at the top. Bye.
Bye.